What is going on YouTube? Just helping you out here. And for today's video, I'll be doing Chapter 22, Problem 23 in the Fundamentals of Physics textbook, 8th edition by Gerald Walker, Halliday, and Resnick. Chapter 22 is all about electric fields, and in Problem 23 we have two charged rings, and we're asked to find the ratio of their charges. And so we know that the electric field produced by a ring is equal to the charge times z divided by 4 pi epsilon sub 0 times z squared plus r squared to the 3/2, where q is the charge of the ring and z is some distance from the center of that ring. And so in this problem we're told that E net is equal to 0 at point P, which is in the figure that we're given for this problem. And basically this means that the electric field produced by ring 1 is equal to the electric field produced by ring 2 at that point. And so we can plug in the values that we have, and so Q1 times Z1, which is the distance from ring 1 to our point, which if you look in the figure is given as R. So Q1 times R over 4 pi epsilon sub 0 times Z squared, which again is R in this case, so R squared plus R squared to the 3/2, and that right there is equal to Q2 times Z2, which in this case is the distance from our second ring to the point P, which is going to be that total distance in the figure minus the radius. So we have d minus r, and then that is divided by 4 pi epsilon sub 0. Again, same z as we had in the numerator, so d minus r squared plus r squared, all that to the 3/2. And so now we can do some cancellations and substitutions. So we have 4 pi epsilon sub 0 in the denominator on both sides, so those can get crossed out. And we also know that d is equal to 3r as given in the problem, so we can substitute that in here and here. And then we can also simplify these 3/2 power terms. And so we can do that, and we'll have q1 times r divided by r squared plus r squared is 2r squared, and so we're going to have 2r squared to the 3/2 on this side. And then on this side we have d minus r, which is 3r minus r, which is 2r, and so we'll have q2 times 2r divided by this term, and again we have d minus r, so this is 3r minus r, which is 2r. 2r squared is equal to 4r squared. 4r squared plus r squared is 5r squared. And so here we'll have 5r squared to the 3/2. And now we can actually do some more cancellations. We have an r in the numerator on both sides, and we also have an r squared to the 3/2 in the denominator on both sides. So we can cancel both those out, so we get rid of that, that, and that, and we're left with q1 over 2 to the 3/2 is equal to 2 times q2 divided by 5 to the 3/2. And so now the problem asks us to find q1 over q2, and so what we can do is divide both sides by q2 and multiply both sides by 2 to the 3/2, and so we get q1 over q2 is equal to 2 times 2/5 to the 3/2. And if you plug that into your calculator, you should find that q1 over q2 is equal to 0.506. And so that's about it for this problem. If you found this video helpful, please drop a like, leave a comment if you have a question or an idea for a future video, and lastly, please don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends about my channel so I can grow and help more of you guys out. I'm just helping you out. See you in the next video.